Good afternoon, I'm Belinda De Lasheras with Hunter News. The state opposition has committed $303 million to Hunter roads if it wins government on March 28. The money will be used to complete Stage 4 of the Nelson Bay Road upgrade, as well as the Singleton Bypass and major Newcastle intersections earmarked by the government in its recent roads announcement. Shadow Roads Minister Michael Daly says more money will be committed to the region's roads under Labor than the coalition.
Mike Baird announced $273 million for Hunter roads not that long ago. We are matching the 7 projects that he committed to and spending additional money. We're spending $303 million on Hunter roads.
The Awabakal Local Aboriginal Land Council is today launching an appeal against the Baird government's record refusal of its land claim over the Newcastle inner-city rail line. It took the government little more than a month to reject the group's claim last week, following the discovery of almost 6,000 sacred Aboriginal artefacts and bones under the Palais KFC site. Awabakal Deputy Chair Richard Green says they'll keep fighting to preserve the historic significance of the foreshore.
If anyone knows the history of Newcastle and the Awabakal tribe, they would know that foreshore was used for spiritual ceremonial dancing, ball rings, and burial grounds too. And there's artefacts all the way through there. People do development there and they've probably found a lot more, but no one lets us know.
Mayfield East Public School will be among several Hunter schools to benefit from increased funding for school counsellors. The Baird government will spend $26 million on the additional support to battle student behavioural issues like bullying. Education Minister Adrian Pickley says principals will have the final say in how the money is spent.
Not only extra dollars, $160,000 extra at Mayfield, but principals given the discretion to spend it in the way that they know that their students need it. On top of that, a 45% increase in school counselling dollars provided to schools.
The state government has ramped up efforts for a cleaner and greener Newcastle with the introduction of reverse vending machines as part of its container deposit scheme. The machines will be placed at popular parks, beaches and waterways around the city from July 1 to enable safer, more efficient disposal of cans and drink bottles. Newcastle Liberal candidate Karen Howard says it'll mean big things for the area.
We have the ambitious goal to have the lowest litter rate in the nation. We'll be consulting with the community on key, really important aspects of the scheme. So the incentives for the community to participate in the scheme, the location of the reverse vending machines, and the role of our councils and the recycling industry.
Martinsville residents are pushing for an urgent solution to black spots in the area's mobile phone network as fears rise about the need for coverage in an emergency. They're calling on the phone companies to build new towers or improve the existing ones due to a lack of service. Charlton MP Pat Conroy says residents deserve better.
In Martinsville, there's only one road in and out of a community that's bordered by state forests and national parks. Community members are quite rightly concerned about their safety if they can't get mobile phone reception. We've seen the Rural Fire Service and the SES move to warning residents around evacuation by SMS, but unfortunately, if you can't get mobile phone reception, you won't get the SMS warnings that you need to evacuate.
Updating sport, the Newcastle Knights have been buoyed by their second win of the season, beating North Queensland 16-14 in round 2. The clash saw the 2015 debut of captain Kurt Gidley spending the first 25 minutes in the last line of defence to meet the Cowboys' tough showing. He says opting out of the team's home game opener was a hard decision, but the right one to make.
It was a tough one to pull out of, the first home game, but I just wasn't right for round 1. And even this week, I still had my doubts, coming back from a muscle injury and a hamstring injury. It's a tough one to juggle, but probably relieved, if anything.
In Newcastle District Cricket, Hamilton Wickham have snatched the Tom Locker Cup, reaching a target of 101 off 25 overs to defeat Merewether by 6 wickets. The wet weather win has seen Merewether pipe up to suggest the NDCA take up the Duckworth-Lewis method of scoring, consistent with international competition. Meanwhile, the clubs will take on each other again for the NDCA semi-finals this Saturday, with Hamwicks and Merewether to vie off at Townsend Oval. University will face Stockton for the Narrowing rounds of competition after securing the minor premiership. 2NURFM News Time is 12:10.